and safety, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, roll call, please, Carol.
Mayor Sheets,
Present.
Greg Miller,
Present.
Jim Skinner.
Present.
Okay, and we do not have the minutes, right?
We do not have the minutes. We'll review those next meeting.
Okay, claims for this time from the clerk treasurer's office. I believe they're right over there.
Mayor, I make the motion that we approve the claims as presented.
I'll second the motion.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets,
Aye.
Greg Miller,
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay, no public comments. Okay, so we're going to start the evening out by swearing in two new superintendents for my departments. Who would like to go first? Right. Okay, Parks Department, Ryan Edgar.
Everything's over there.
It's all over here? Okay. That was a quick volunteer.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you bring a Bible?
I did not.
Okay, oh, we have one here. You have one? Okay.
She did?
Okay, left hand on the Bible, right hand in the Torah. Is this okay right here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, repeat after me. I, Ryan Edgar,
I, Ryan Edgar,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Indiana,
of the State of Indiana,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and honestly
and honestly
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of my office
of my office
as Park Superintendent
of Park Superintendent
according to law
according to law,
and to the best of my ability,
best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you. It's not that quick. Congratulations.
Greg, you're gonna have to scoot that way. I know, I'm sorry.
And then you'll get a copy of this eventually. Do you want to take any pictures with anybody?
Oh, sure.
With the mayor.
Yeah. Where do you want us right here? Okay. Oh, she's told us where we're gonna stand. Okay, thank you, Ryan, I appreciate it.
Congratulations, Ryan.
Thanks.
Okay, next, Brian Kilman. You have your Bible, or do you want to borrow? Oh, I think she got one.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you like this? Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely. Come on. Okay. Stand for while you take some. Which way? Right back. Right here? All about the pictures. Okay, repeat after me. I, Brian Kilman,
I, Brian Kilman,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Indiana,
of the State of Indiana,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and honestly
and honestly
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of my office
of my office
as street superintendent
of street superintendent
according to law
according to law
and to the best of my ability,
to the best of my abilities,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you. Okay. That over there. You need to sign right there.
Huh?
Congratulations.
I don't care. They can all come back if they want to.
Family just leaves me.
I'm taking it.
Okay. How's this?
That's good.
Light it off?
Right there. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Kelly, do we want to get one with you? Yes, please.
Or we can do it afterwards, whatever.
No. Okay, we'll be here a while.
We are.
We have a whole list. Okay, you ready?
Are you still phone?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you. If you guys want to take pictures, you can, be a little bit, but you can come back to you, whatever you need to do.
Yeah, we got it.
Oh yeah, that's his mom. I didn't even notice.
You don't care what he thinks.
I knew she looked familiar. Okay. We'll get started on the department reports. Chief Shoemaker, what do you have for us this evening?
All right. Good evening. I think I sent you a message that about an hour ago, we made an arrest on the teacher at Frankfort High School, and Drew Akridge took him to jail, where he will be remanded until he sees the judge tomorrow. So I want to thank our detectives and the school system for immediately reporting this to us, and our detectives and crime scene investigators coming out and taking their time. I know people want these things to happen overnight, and we're not the fast food industry. We are going to do things right, and that's what they did. And so I thank my detectives for their work today on getting this case sent to the court system.
Thank you to the department.
thank
We
you. Good
appreciate it.
job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Department report, quarter one crime is down again, 26%.
Good.
We have increased our traffic enforcement by 27% this time last year. Because of the hard work of the Frankfort Police Department, and I think it's a good thing that incidents reported to our department are down. 200 incidents this time last year. Arrests are down, which is a good thing when you're proactive. I think our citations and our warnings are up. We had a lot of complaints about speeding, stop signs, and whatnot. And so we started an initiative in January, and your phone has rang, my phone has rang. We can't win,
I know.
but we are enforcing those what people think we have something better to do. We are enforcing things like speeding, stop signs, parking on the sidewalk, the things that are
Right.
tearing our city up. A lot of complaints about the cleanliness of the city. Now that we're enforcing those heavily, we're getting a lot of phone calls. So I ask that if you get complaints, you can forward them to me. I'll protect you from that. So our code enforcement unit, since it's expanded, they have been working very hard. We have a great team now that is out there every day enforcing those city ordinance violations. So we'll be starting, we have started spring cleanup, in coordination with the city and giving people the opportunity to clean their properties up, especially getting their trash and junk to the street department. So I think we've shared that, and we'll keep getting that message out there.
Thank you.
Colin Holzmeyer will graduate from the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy next Friday on, I think that's the 25th. We'll get him back. He's got a little bit of training to do. We'll get him on the road. And also we have 4 applicants left, in our process to do background investigations on, and we'll have something to you all in probably mid-May.
Okay.
Before
Sounds
we
good.
hire anybody, or bring them to you, for you to hire them. So that's all I have, unless there's any questions.
Yeah, keep up the good work. We
All right.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Fire Department, Jamie, do you have anything for us?
No, I don't have anything. Unless you guys have questions.
Okay. And our meeting, I think, is canceled then. This evening that we were going to have, I don't know if you knew or not, with the fire committee, but
No, I didn't know it.
yeah, it's canceled, so, yeah, since the emergency situation came up, so. Okay, Street Department. Did Brian, has he come back yet? No? Building Services. Are my glasses over there? Are my glasses laying over there?
What's that?
My glasses.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I have
Hi,
just a
Rob.
couple quick things.
Thank you.
One thing got added to the agenda tonight that was we added it to the packet last minute. We have a gentleman on Walnut Avenue, gentleman that has been employed for several months, has lived in his home without electric and water, thanks to a neighbor. He has had his refrigerator plugged in. But the Center Township trustees have caught his electrical bill up. They took care of him and the reconnect fee from the utilities, and they are asking that we waive the $25 permit fee for his 30-day electrical. Center Township took care of everything else. He does have power reconnected. We went ahead and gave him permission to do that, but we did not collect the $25 in hopes that the board would waive that $25 fee.
You feel comfortable with that?
I spent a lot of time with the guy last week. Had some issues. Landlord came and him and I together corrected the issues that he did have in order for it to be brought back to code. Seems like a pretty square shooter to me. Just down on his luck a little bit. He does have some health issues. He is going back to work. Drives a dump truck for a living. Seems like he's a pretty good dude to me. So I'll leave it up to your discretion, but I do know that Center Township did pay for everything else.
Well, we appreciate them getting involved and catching him back up. And therefore, Mayor, I will make the motion that we waive the fee of $25 that normally is charged in these types of issues.
Okay.
I'll second the motion.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you
Rob.
very much. March permit report, we issued 59 permits for the month of March. We are still seeing a lot of roof permits. We issued 22. The valuation for March was just a little over $600,000, and the biggest chunk of that would be a new duplex that is going in onto West Green Street. It will be a new apartment duplex put up by Balderas. They do very good work, and that's what took up most of that. Our collected revenue is down just a little bit from this time last year, but we are in line with a couple years before that. Also, a quick update on the Riley School Edition. They do have 10 lots remaining, but they have 6 houses on those 10 lots that are staked out that they are getting ready possibly this month coming in to get permits. So if they do that, then we will be down to 4 lots remaining in that addition. So it's moving along pretty well. So that's all I have this evening. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. Don, what'd you have for us?
Just a couple of quick information, and that is, I believe you're bringing before the city council tonight some discussions on the comprehensive plan amendments So that'll be coming before the plan or the council tonight. Also before the council, it seems to be some misunderstanding. The only thing that we're asking for the council to do this evening is to send the floodplain ordinance from the chapter 157 in the codified to the unified development ordinance. It's already set, ready to go. And so we're not making any changes in the flood. That's already been taken care of back in October, November of last year. So we're just changing it from being in the codified development or ordinance into the UDO. And so that came out of the Plan Commission at the last meeting, and now we'll head to the council. So that's what's going on with there this evening. Okay. And the last thing is Todd Corey has, I've had a meeting with him, and we've been given as a loan a couple of GIS identifiers so that we can go back out and start doing our sidewalks and get it done a lot quicker than what we were trying to do earlier. I have to redo some things that I've already done, but that's okay. By giving the GIS program in place, it'll go a lot quicker, and it shouldn't cost us anything at all. So we're very, very thankful for the utility company to give us the identifiers so that we can get started on the inventory.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, you want to go back to street? Brian. Okay. What do you have for us this evening, Brian?
I don't have a whole lot. Rick Gates reached out about the city auction that we have yearly, and we would like to do that on Saturday, June 14th, if I could get the board's approval for that day.
Is it 14th?
Yeah, June 14th.
I'll make a motion that we accept the date of June 14th for the day of the city auction.
I'll second.
Roll call,
Presented.
please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay, and then you'll make sure and arrange things with the departments and all that. Okay.
And then did we want to do CCMG now, or did you want to wait?
Whenever you want to.
It's up to you guys.
You want me to open them?
Yep. If you want
Okay.
to. Just go ahead and do it.
Those are the sidewalk ones.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I
That's
didn't
okay.
realize those got stuck in there together.
That's okay. I just won't open those ones. The first one is from ENB Paving, Inc., and the total amount is $1,005,736.50.
Okay. 1,000,000.
$5,736.50.
Okay.
The second bid is from Milestone Contractors LP. And their total was $627,342.50.
627, 342.50.
$627,342.50.
Okay.
The next one is from Reith Riley. Their total was $596,900. So again, that was $596,900.
Okay.
And that looks like all of them. My recommendation would be that we take it under advisement so that we can review the bids to make sure they're responsive and responsible. And then the Board of Works will need to accept the lowest responsive and responsible bid that is received. So we need to make sure that they meet all of the bid specs and everything. And then Brian and I will work together to get a recommendation to the Board of Works for the next meeting. At the next meeting, I would ask that we approve the recommendation so that we can get that contract ready by April 30th, which is what the state has requested we do.
So you feel comfortable, we can wait till then and.
Yep, our next meeting is prior to the 30th. I've already got the contract prepared. All we need to do is figure out which one is the lowest responsive and responsible bidder, and then we can go ahead and award the contract, and I'll have that all ready to go so we can get that signed.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Parks Department. It looks like we have a lot with the Parks Department tonight.
Yeah, a
so-
little bit. Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
So the first couple things I have here probably run together a little bit. I'm doing the ratification for the 2019 Ford F-250 and the purchase of the 2 John Deere mowers.
Yes, and the reason why on the mowers was we traded in a couple.
2 mowers, yes.
Yeah, 2 mowers, and what we received for that was 2 commercial grade.
Yes, Z-Track,
Yeah.
John Deere's,
Okay, and the difference in those mowers was,
like 11,000 something.
yeah, it was in here, 9,000.
96,
How much was it?
96, 48, 80.
Yep, so just a little under 10,000,
Okay.
but we're getting 2 new mowers for that.
Yeah, they're going to be delivered tomorrow.
Okay. Can we ratify those purchases together, or,
You can, as long as you put all of them together in the motion so that they appear in the minutes.
okay. So whatever your thoughts are, if you want to do them together or separately, I don't have a preference.
Do them together. I'll make a motion that we accept the purchase of the 3 purchases for the Parks Department, one being a 2019 Ford F-250 truck for $32,695, and also the purchase of 2 John Deere lawnmowers, trading in 2 mowers, leaving a balance of $9,648.80.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Oh, and I do want to mention, you do have the funding for that in our QMTAP development.
Yes.
Because there's money set aside for improvements at the Parks Department,
Okay.
so.
Okay, the next thing that I have for you guys is needing approval. I'm wanting to move 2 part-time laborers to full-time laborers.
And when would you have them start then as full-time?
As soon as possible.
Okay.
You already know who these people are then?
Yeah,
Okay.
they already work for us.
Okay.
so,
And these are positions that have opened up in your department?
Yeah.
Okay. Mayor, I make the motion that we take the superintendent's recommendation on moving these people from part-time to full-time employees.
And these employees are in your budget now? Yes. Okay. I'll second the motion.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay, and you might work with HR or Cheryl and see what would work best as you make that transition, so.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
And the next thing we have is needing approval for the neighborhood center for Carrie Kiphart, AARP tax aids. This will be Wednesday and Thursday, January 28th through approximately April 15th, 2026.
What's that date again? January
28th
28th through,
April 15th?
for 2026?
Yeah.
Which is something that we've let them do in the past, correct? And we don't charge them because they provide the service.
What hours will they be there?
8 to 4:30.
Okay.
I think that's worked out well in the past, hasn't it? take a motion for that if someone wants to make that motion.
Yeah, I'll make the motion that the neighborhood center is going to be used January 28th to April 15th, 2026 for, I believe, from 8 to 4:30 p.m. And that's for tax purposes, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Did they ask for a fee waiver too?
Uh,
We don't normally,
no, they didn't actually.
since it's a free service to
Yeah,
our.
it doesn't say anything about
So I
it.
would go ahead and waive that fee.
Fee, okay.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
I know a lot of people depend on that, so it's a great service for our community. That it?
One more thing.
Okay.
Coach Kids is wanting 5-day passes and a cabana for the gala silent auction on Friday, April 25th.
So one cabana rental and
5 days.
One day passes.
Passes, yes.
Okay, and that's what they give out as a fundraiser, is that correct?
Yes.
During their fundraiser, I guess. I don't know whether it's gonna be a silent auction or whatever. You okay with that?
I'll make a motion that we, for the Coach Kids, for the gala, that we provide the use of one cabana and 5-day passes to be used in their auction.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay?
Emily's got a few things. No, that'd be the same thing, so we don't need that.
Emily. Hey.
Hi.
Good job on the Easter egg hunt.
Thank you.
Lots of kids there. A lot of smiling faces. And a great Easter bunny, right? I loved it.
The Purdue Extension Office has reached out and they would like to hold their Crash Club social at Prairie Creek Park, and they've asked to waive the fee on May 15th or May 5th.
And that's a group of high school students.
Yes.
Is it correct? Yep. And something that we've done in the past for them to allow them to do that. Okay.
I'll make a motion that we accept the application for the Crash Club Social for the neighborhoods, Prairie Creek Park on May 15th, 2025, and ask that the fees be waived.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Kimberly, Community Development. And she does have a list for us
She does have
tonight.
she has a very big list of stuff.
Okay, I have Kim Stevens here as well, so she can talk about Hot Dog Festival and Main Street stuff, so. We just thought we'd knock it out all at once.
Good idea.
Before we get on to the summer concert and downtown 2 nights, which Emily I'll be passing the baton on, after this point. So, we got that all squared away. I, am asking for approval to close Clinton Street from Jackson to Main for the Memorial Day service on May 26th from 9 a.m. to noon. The service will begin at 10:30, if you guys are okay with that.
We've done that in the past. Was there any problems with that, Chief Shoemaker? It's just for a short period of time, so. And we have all the streets open now.
Yes.
This is for Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Correct.
Memorial Day. Take a motion.
I'll make a motion that we except having Clinton Street closed for Memorial Day, May 26th, from 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay, and street department, you'll make sure, thank you.
Yes, I'll get in touch with Chief Shoemaker and Brian Kilman.
Okay, thank you.
The next line item to be approved is the mural at Prairie Creek Park. The mural is going to be funded by the Sciotes. We have a small part to play in it. We'll have the wall prepped and primered, so that way we know we keep the integrity of the wall. The Sciotes and the committee has come together and picked out an artist. And so this evening, I am asking for approval of the artist, Ricardo Cortez, and for it to be placed on the community foundation wall above on the brick. So,
And he's a local artist.
yes.
Work looked fantastic. I loved it. I loved what he came up with for the wall. And if my understanding is correct, Kimberly, this was supposed to be part of the whole plan of Prairie Creek Park, correct?
Correct, yes. So we had it was part of our funding with Community Foundation. This was just that last part that needed to be added.
And thank you to Sciotes.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll make the motion that we continue with the progress of getting the mural done by Ricardo Cortez. And I think that's going to be a nice addition to Prairie Creek Park.
I'll second that motion.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Thank you for that. Once the drainage board looks at the wall for Prairie Creek Park under the splash pad, we'll make sure that something is done there. So
Okay.
that's my next task.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. So, Alicia, you have to remind me what you remind me every year. Can we approve these all summer concert series together? Can we approve them all downtown tonight?
We can do them all summer concert series together, but we need to make sure that we have the name and the price in the minutes. So the motion needs to include all of those.
Do you want to what's easier for you guys? Do you want to do individual? I don't care. It's whatever you prefer.
Doesn't matter to me.
Just start naming them off.
Okay.
Okay.
May 31st will be our first concert with Luna Worldcast for $1,000. And then Brass Tracks is a Chicago Earth, Wind, and Fire for $5,500. The next one will be June 6th with Alex Miller, opening for Outlaw Nation. Alex Miller is $5,000. Outlaw Nation is $2,500. Saturday, June 21st, will be Melon Cougar Tribute Band with Nida Hustler. Melon Cougar is $5,000, which was encumbered from the 2024. And Nida Hustler is $2,250. Saturday, August 9th is Feuding Hillbillies with Malachi Jaggers. Malachi was encumbered at $3,000. Feuding Hillbillies is $5,500. Saturday, August 23rd. This is Big 80s and Karma together for $2,700. $2,500 was encumbered from last year. And then the last concert or summer concert series before I go to downtown tonight is Saturday, October 4th. It is Bob Seger Night Moves Tribute Band for $2,500 and the Thunderstruck America's AC/DC for $7,700. So that's those.
Now, were some of those canceled last year? Is that how we had the money, or you just encumbered the money for it?
I believe the previous park superintendent encumbered the money from last year.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think it was due to cancellations. There was just promotion
Okay.
of business money
Okay.
left at the end of the year, and it was
I didn't know
encumbered.
if we had any that were canceled or
Malachi Jaggers was the only one that I knew of. That's when we had that
the storm.
downfall from one of the hurricanes, the backlash of it. And then the 3 concerts for the downtown 2 nights. They'll start Thursday, June 12th. It's Borderline Native. That was encumbered at $3,000. Thursday, August 14th, the Jacks at $700. And the Redemption Choir will end us out with a donation to be determined, somewhere between 250 and 500.
Okay.
That would give us a total for, as of today, there's one more pending contract. But as of today, that'll be $41,250 for summer concerts and events.
Does that include the pending?
That does not include pending.
Does not,
Nope.
okay.
And then as of today, we've received sponsorships of $11,500.
It's a lot of work. You've done a good job.
Thank you. Like I said, I'm passing the baton.
I will make the motion that we do all the projected entertainments that she just told us about for a total of $41,250. And it looks like we're going to have some really good entertainment downtown for the citizens of the community.
Absolutely. Yes.
I'll second that motion.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Thank you, Kimberly, for all your work on that.
Yeah, not a problem. I have a few department updates, and then I'll have Kim come up and she can kind of finish it out. We had great attendance at the State of the City. In case anybody wasn't there, Brady and Tabitha Posey were this year's recipients of the Diamond of Excellence Award. Annexation packets were hand-delivered. Thank you to Building Services Department. Many hands make light work, so they were greatly appreciated. If anybody doesn't have booklets or didn't receive one, they can pick one up at Building Services, the Street Department, and then Code Enforcement has them as well, just in case they run into an issue where somebody says they didn't get one, but they should have. And then Muffins with the Mayor is going to be coming back in May. We're waiting on finalizing the location for that, but we will be the second Tuesday of the month in May. And then last but not least, your Sparkling Success Luncheon with First Lady Maureen Braun will be April 23rd at the Neighborhood Center for lunch. So,
And they can
Other than
still
that-
make reservations.
yes, they can. It's Administrative Appreciation Day. Just putting that out there. So, that's all I have.
Good
Thank
way
you.
to show appreciation to
Uh-huh.
your admins.
What day was that?
April 23rd.
Okay, HR, are you gonna take care of that, or?
I think Kim Stevens is going to come up
Oh,
first
Kim's gonna
and
go
talk
ahead and
about
come
Hot
up.
Dog
Okay.
Festival.
Okay.
And then, yes, I will.
Okay. Hi, Kim. Good.
Good evening.
Hello.
I have to pull it all the way down. I would like to bring to you the concerts that we have for Hot Dog Festival for Prairie Creek Park and ask for your approval. The first one will be the Moulter Brothers, and they will be on Friday evening at 6 o'clock. The total price for that is $750. Do you need each one of them to go ahead and read each one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
mine too.
The second one for Friday will be Richard Goodall. He's the America's Got Talent winner. He will be doing a 90-minute concert, and that is a total of $5,000. And then the last one that I have is Josh Melton on Saturday, and that is for a total of $10,000. That's what we have right now.
That sounds exciting, too. Lots of good
It's gonna
things
be a lot of fun.
happening. Yeah, it's
It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'll make a motion that we accept the contracts with the three performers, one being the Moulter Brothers, $750, one for Josh Melton at $10,000,
Correct.
and Richard Goodall for $5,000. And they'll be for the Hot Dog Festival from July 25th and 26th.
Correct.
I'll second.
roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets,
Aye.
Greg Miller,
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you
have
very much.
approval. Thank you.
And then I do have some contracts, special event forms. I don't know if you want those by date or how do you, I think you have them in your packet too. So.
Yeah. Okay, if you want to go ahead and talk to us about those.
Okay, so the first
applications.
one is May 3rd, will be Ladies' Night Out, and that will be at the Event Center at Prairie Creek Park. And then we have, sorry, Kimberly made some copies, and they're not in the same order, so I apologize. I'm getting back in order. The next one would be Frankfurt Hot Dog Festival. That's July 25th and 26th. We'll start setting up on the 24th, and then cleanup will be finalized on the 27th. Then we have Thursday Thunder, and that starts on June 5th and goes through October 16th, the first and third Thursdays of every month.
Did you say October 15th?
October 16th.
16th?
Yes.
Thank you.
And then the next is the Blues Brews and Barbecue Festival, which will be on September the 6th. We have Trick or Treat on the Square, October 31st. The Christmas Parade, and I believe that date is December 6th. I don't have a date on here, I apologize. It's the first Saturday in December.
That's when it says at the Santa's house, so
Yep.
that'd be the same,
Yep.
right?
And then Santa's house will be December 6th through the 25th. And that's all I have for tonight.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
Can I get
going
a
on.
motion for approval of this?
I'll make a motion that we approve all of these applications by Frankfurt Main Street for all the activities that are been discussed tonight, times and dates.
Okay,
I'll second the motion.
roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay, approval for all those. Thank you for all your hard work on this, and we really do appreciate all that Main Street does for us.
Thank you.
So it sounds like we're
Appreciate
going to
your
have a
support.
fun summer here in Frankfurt.
It's going to be a lot to do.
I know, I'm excited.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, HR. Kara, what do you have for us?
We have a seasonal part-time labor job description change for the Parks Department. You should have a copy with the highlighted changes as well as the actual copy. But the main changes would be for the position qualification to change to 18 years old, and also that they would report to the park supervisors.
And part of the reason that we changed that is so that they would be able to drive our vehicles and do some different, maybe the mowers, that type thing. So we thought that we needed to have that age higher for this summer.
I'll make a motion that we accept the seasonal part-time labor job description with changes as they've been amended effective April 14th, 2025.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay, taken care of. Now you can advertise. Okay, attorney, it looks like you have a lot, Alicia, too.
I do have a couple of things. So we already did the CCMG documents, so that's taken care of. The next thing I have, we worked with Danielle Eason for the TPA Park concession agreement. Last time we had approved an agreement, but she had requested some changes. So I made those changes. Essentially, all I needed to change was she does not have any driving doing the concession stand, so she requested that we remove the language about the automobile insurance since there isn't any driving essential to this agreement. So with that, I would ask if you would approve that agreement so we can get that taken care of.
I'll make a motion that we accept the concession agreement with changes as presented tonight.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay. The second thing I have is at the last meeting, we, the Board of Works approved a bid by Exterior View Inc. Pertaining to the flower watering or the mowing, trimming, weeding, bed care, edging of the planting beds. And so I have an agreement, an independent contractor agreement for that based on the price that was in that bid. And this is the same contract that we use every year. It's just updated to have the correct entity and the correct price. So I'm just seeking approval of that.
And that's for Old Stony.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the independent contractor agreement as listed here in this document for Old Stony.
And I'll second the motion.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
The next thing that I have is the independent contractor agreement for Warren Lawn and Landscape for the watering of the hanging baskets, flower pots, and the planters that are throughout the city. Again, at the last meeting, we opened those bids and you all approved the Warren Lawn and Landscape bid. So this is just updated to reflect the prices that were associated with that bid and the appropriate entity. I'm seeking approval of that.
I'll make a motion that we accept the independent contractor agreement for watering the flowers downtown to Warren Lawn and Landscape.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
The next thing in your packet, I don't need approved tonight. I just wanted to get it to you so you could take a look at it. It is for the 50/50 sidewalk bids, which we have sent out. I believe those are going to be opened at the
First meeting in May. Yes.
So we don't need to approve that yet, but I just wanted to get that to you so you could take a look. It is blank right now, but once we do get those bids and you approve or award a contract, then I'll get that updated. So I just wanted to get that to you. And I think that might be it.
I think it is.
Yes. I think that's everything.
That's everything. Okay, we got Kim already taken care of. Does that?
I think we finished the agenda.
Oh my gosh, this is a long agenda. Yeah. Okay. Did anybody have any unfinished business this evening?
I do not.
I do not.
Okay, so new business. Something that I want to bring before the Board of Works this evening, and it's not something that I really want to have to do, but I feel like we're where we need to be right now in this time to recommend the closing of the petting zoo and then monitoring the aviary for the next few months to even see if it's sustainable. As you know, we've had a lot of concerns over the petting zoo, and I've had multiple conversations, I will let you know, Christy, Ryan, and I, with the USDA during the time that we had some problems with the animals out there. We had multiple conversations with Purdue University, our local veterinarian, Avian and Exotic Animal Clinic in Indianapolis, and We feel like we've done everything at this point that we've been able to do to improve things out there, but it just seems like there's so many more regulations, so much more that we have to do to satisfy those regulations. USDA didn't even come into play for birds until, I think they approved it February of 2023. They wanted everyone to be compliant by August of 2023. So there had never even been regulations or protocols or anything that we really had to worry about, but now that's come into play as well. And, you know, there's some stricter regulations. There's recommendations by the USDA that we would totally block off that whole area of the petting zoo and the aviary, fence it off, nobody in there, except for when there's an attendant there. That would be a challenge financially for the city. I feel like, you know, to be fiscally responsible, I'm guessing probably minimum a couple $100,000, if not more. Or also they suggested that we put netting over the petting zoo. As you know, we have had continued situations with animals being fed things that are not healthy for them. People decide just to throw like their leftovers there, the bread wrappers there. I mean, we know from the necropsies on a couple of the deer that they had foreign objects in their stomach. They had plastic bags in their stomach. So to control that, it's almost impossible at this point for us to be able to do that. And I feel like we would not have the finances right now to even be able to get that to where they would like for that to be. The zoo has become more than just a petting zoo. It also has exotic animals, and with the aviary, that's a huge concern. That's, you know, that's a lot to take care of. And I feel really bad about this. I'm going to tell you, I've had a lot of sleepless nights, and I've done a lot of research, talked to a lot of people. My heart breaks for the staff at TPA Park. These animals are their family. It's their friends. They've taken care of them for many years. And that's another thing we have to look at. We have one animal right now, is it the donkey, Christy, that's 23 years old. And I know the two deer that passed away, you know, they had health issues. One of them we knew had health issues. We worked with the veterinary staff. You know, there's been a lot of accusations, a lot of things that have been said that are untrue. And I know the park staff, the petting zoo staff have put up with a lot from the public, and I don't think people understand how much they love these animals and what they do. But I think at this time, you know, fiscally being responsible with taxpayers' money, I think is something that we have to look at. Already this year, we have spent over $17,000 that I know of just in, you know, petting zoo supplies and different things that we have to do out there. Probably some of them's the vet fees, because we've had a lot of vet fees. We had a break-in last year in the aviary. We lost 9 exotic birds at that time. And I honestly, truly believe from my heart that those other 30 birds that everybody wants to say something happened to flew out of that hole at that time. There was a hole in that aviary for, I don't know how many hours, probably at least 8 hours. But every time those things happen, they come and they ask us about it, and we could not say what happened to the 30 birds. We know 43 of them passed away. We had record of it. But when there's a hole in the aviary for that length of time, you know, those are just things we couldn't help. Somebody decided to break in to take the birds or to let the birds out. So, I mean, it's a lot of responsibility. And I just think right now, that would be my recommendation. You know, get ourselves back on track and see what we can do. Like I said, try the aviary for a few more months just to see, but we are going to reduce the number of the birds in the aviary. We've had multiple calls with the USDA, and I know our local vet, also Purdue University, and we're also checking with State Board of Accounts to make sure that when we rehome these animals, that we're doing it in the proper manner, that we're following their protocols, their procedures, because we feel that's what's really important. So in the next few months, you'll probably see the animals in the petting zoo. If you go by my recommendation, that will not be there any longer. I know it's a great loss to our community. It's a great amenity. But we will have the aviary open, I'm hoping at least maybe till the end of this season, and then decide at that time where we are. So, do you have any questions or any concerns, or?
I just have a question for the parks. Is that okay to ask?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
With the new regulations and the new upkeep with the areas that the animals are kept in, and then also with the veterinarians, do you see that to be a projected increase in your park budget, in your cost, and also in your the duties that your people will do? Do you see that to be an increase also? If it
And that could be answered in two different ways, really. You know, depending on the age of the animals.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, which we don't have a lot of control of for that on.
right.
Yeah.
And I know they're being well taken care of, I know
They are.
that. And I know how much that the staff cares about them, and I understand
You
that.
can see that every time that you go out there to to see the people and the interaction they have with the animals. To that, I mean, it is a huge loss, because when you go out there, you do see not only the people who work with them and the interaction, but the public that interact with the animals and see them on a regular basis for that. So, yeah, it's a tough decision.
It is, it is.
Yeah.
With all these USDA regulations and restrictions getting more restricted all the time, the expense it takes to care for these animals and our resources and our employees, we want what's best for every person and every animal that's involved here. And I think at this point, we're doing the taxpayers the best by doing something that this is the last thing we wanted to do, but it's going to be best in the long run. And we're doing a responsibility to the community to do what's best.
You know, in 2024, we had 3 really good reports. We were relicensed. Everything looked good out there. And then we have an inspection in December with a different inspector, and of course, maybe had some different ideas on what should be happening out there. I don't have an answer. I really don't have an answer to why all this took place. But it seems to me like we just can't make them happy at this point. We just keep making improvements. We keep doing what they ask us to do. We keep, doing our part, contacting our veterinarians, doing everything that we know in our power to do it. And it's never been good enough. And I think until we can say that we can totally enclose that area, or we can put the netting over the petting zoo, or, some major overhaul out there, that they're not going to be satisfied.
And there's just not the funding to
No,
do
we
what they
just
want,
don't have the funding
what they
to
are
do that.
requiring and what done. There's no way it can happen.
So that's my recommendation. It's not the recommendation that I really wanted to have to make, but I just feel like to be fiscally responsible and to be fair to our taxpayers. And we do have other responsibilities that we can give to the current employees out there that can help with other things. And like I said, it's probably going to take, maybe a couple months as we rehome these animals, because we want to make sure we're taking them to a safe and healthy environment. And we'll just see on the aviary.
I think with the information that you've given and the time that you've spent to access all that information from Purdue and from the veterinarians, I would support your recommendation.
Thank you.
And I'll second that.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Jim Skinner.
Aye.
Okay. Does anybody have anything else this evening? Okay.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming this evening.